morning, everybody. How's it going? Let's see here. I have to double check and make sure that I'm actually live, and so we can get this thing rolling. What do you say, huh? But good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Got my cup of coffee going on here. Um, let's go here. Where's my stuff? Am I live or not? I can't tell. I'm doing something different this morning, so just bear with me for a second. You know me, I can't leave well enough alone. So, nope, 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 nope. It's not showing me. I can't see myself. Oh, man. So how's everybody doing? Like I said, it's Sunday morning. It's a little cool outside, but that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. I got a little survey going on over here, so that's cool. I hope you guys enjoy that. I know it's kind of weird, but all my surveys are a little weird, you know. So it's good. It's gonna be a nice day outside. 57 degrees. It's January 26th. It's 29 degrees outside right now. As of course, I've got my cup of coffee here, and I'm glad you guys are joining me. I had a few people waiting. You know, that's awesome. Make sure you hit the like button, get this thing started off right. A breakfast of champs. I've got the old granola bar going on there. But I've been double doing my breakfast stuff here. Can you guys guess what my other thing is that I'm eating for breakfast in the chat? Let's see here. You got Johnny Bravo's #1. I got Terry on here. Istanbul's on here this morning. Thanks for joining me, guys. But anyway, let's see. I got all kinds of people joining me. I made some new friends yesterday online, and then so that was kind of exciting. Moving into a new neighborhood and getting to know new people in the area is really nice. I got some really nice neighbors, and I'm very fortunate for that. And a very diverse neighborhood as well, which I think is really cool too. So, yep, Istanbul's here. Did you get Johnny? Istanbul. Did you get Abnorm's email? I sent you an email with Abnorm's email, so you could contact him. I'm eating a Pop-Tart, a blueberry frosted Pop-Tart, like I'm a little kid. Johnny, you're being too kind. You're too nice, Johnny. All you guys are too nice to me. You didn't get the email? Well, I sent you one, and it had Abnorm's info on there. So, yeah. I'm not sure what happened there. But I almost didn't make it on time this morning. I overslept. I got up at like 15 minutes ago. Hurried up, brushed my teeth, rinsed my face off, got dressed real quick, made my coffee. I almost didn't make it on time. I stayed up late last night, so which is kind of uncommon for me, but you know, I did, and I don't regret it. I'm just kind of tired this morning. That's all. It warms up a little bit outside. We'll take the camera outside. We'll continue the stream out there in a little bit. It's still a little cool outside, so I'm going to let it warm up. I mean, 29 degrees. I really don't want to put myself through that, you know. Johnny's being super nice to everybody on the chat there. Thanks, Johnny. As usual, I'm not really prepared. Just kind of running through things here and seeing what we got going on in the world. We'll go on to the Good News Network here and see if there's anything nice to talk about. Let's see. Some stuff on Mars. I think traveling to Mars is fascinating and really cool and everything, but is it really necessary to travel to Mars? I mean, what are we going to get out of traveling to Mars? How long did it take the rovers to get over there? You know, like what, a couple of months? And then is it even habitable? And they want to like do all this stuff and all this research and medicine, but Wesley, good morning, Wesley. But do we really need to go to Mars? Is it like necessary? You know, I don't know. I don't think it's really necessary to spend all that time and effort and money and resources to go to Mars. I think we could use, there's always stuff around here on Earth we could be taking care of. And what they have the scientific argument that, you might be able to discover new elements or new things, but I don't know. It's just far out of my reach. I'm more of a local person than worrying about going to Mars or even the moon. That's cool. Send a little robot up to the moon. That's fine. But now they want to build like bases up there, do more scientific research, and I don't know. And then you got the people making the money off all of it too. It's not like NASA in its heyday when we had our own shuttles and NASA was government funded and they had their own shuttles and did their own thing. But now we're relying on corporations like SpaceX to get us up there and get us here and there. And they're making billions and billions of dollars off taxpayers for these contracts. And they're going to give them these huge ideas. We're going to the Mars, I don't know. Have we been on the moon argument? I think we have been. I haven't seen it myself. But I think we went. There's a lot of people like Neil deGrasse Tyson. I know I butchered his name. He's a firm believer that we went to the moon. There's no reason why we wouldn't have. And then the whole history behind it. We're in a space race. We're trying to show that we're a bigger superpower than Russia. So we had like this competition going on. There's like no competition going on now. Not for like space. It's been done. India has sent stuff to the moon. China's sending little robots to the moon. And they're all launching all the garbage up in space that help us do live streams on YouTube. It's just the initiative. I think it's just for corporations to make money. But you like my name this song? Yeah, I went ahead and did that one number 3 with the explicit lyrics. I was a little worried that YouTube would take it down or something like that. But all my videos, I've listed all my videos is not suitable for kids. I don't want kids on my stream. I don't want to be liable for anything like that. Of course, should be just adults on here, 18 or older type thing. Disclaimer. But I thought it was going to get knocked down or taken out, but I thought I'd give it a chance anyway. And it didn't. It got a lot of comments. It's got a few comments, and people seem to like it. They laugh about it. It's pretty funny. And there's a Kindly Luda. Hey, morning to you. I hope you're doing well, or afternoon or evening, wherever you are. If you're new on the channel, share with us what country you're in. We like to meet and greet people from all over the world. Had people here from Turkey and Nigeria and UK and Germany and Japan and India, all kinds of places. People logging in and saying hi on the live stream because of different different time zones, not time frames. Your country is Chicago. Are you gonna succeed from the United States and be the country of Chicago? Oh, Mississippi. Okay, I think you're about first person from Mississippi on here. That's cool. I saw that snow that hit Louisiana, like 6 inches of snow in Louisiana, on Beale Street and all that. Not Beale, that's Memphis. French Quarter and all that crazy stuff in New Orleans. Terry C is from the Republic of Congo. No, you're not, Terry. Unless you're like another Terry. Now I've got all kinds of different Terrys on here. Republic of Terry. No. But anywho. What was I saying? Brain fart. I can't remember what I was talking about. Going to Mars. Yeah, for money. It's all about money. It's all there, I'm doing this for eventually making money. So I guess I can't really say much, but I'm not milking the taxpayers for trillions of dollars. Good morning, Andrew. How you doing today? Welcome to Coffee with Malcolm. our light conversation in the morning over a cup of coffee. No real agenda or certain topic. Kind of just go with the flow. Feed off the chat stream there and make some comments and stuff like that. And got our little poll going on there. That's an option choice right there. Let me get another stream coming up here so I can see what the stats are for the live stream. All right, let's go here, flip this around. I got all these computers going on here, so I can monitor and do everything. I'm streaming on my phone. There's a lot of reasons behind that, and so, but anywho, is the survey not working? There it's going. So 50% want Carrot Top. 10% would be stuck with Elmo. 20 SpongeBob and 20% with Hitler. Now, I did throw Hitler in there, just kind of like a curveball. I would hope and imagine you want to be stuck with him for 24 hours so you could, X him out. But, I don't know. It's kind of like a little curveball through in the poll. Why would you want to be stuck in the room with Hitler? He would be just screaming German at you. And he didn't do the killing himself. He kind of ordered all the people to do it for him. So I don't think he would be trying to kill you in this room you were stuck with him for 24 hours. But I'm sure he'd like to preach and do speeches for you. Do a lot of yelling, things like that. SpongeBob would just be running around in circles, giggling. Elmo would be teaching your alphabet. And Carrot Top would just use random objects in a room to make you laugh. So, yeah. Is this like a psychological survey to find out what my audience really is? What am I dealing with out there in the real world on YouTube with my crazy polls? And if you're just joining us, my poll for these chats and streams are always random. You and the Zaza. I don't know. I try to just be lighthearted and a little bit weird, maybe, with the streams and stuff like that. So, but anywho, nobody emailed me for a coffee mug on the 100th episode. What happened? Nobody wants the coffee mugs? I mean, it's fine. I'm not like forcing them on people, but nobody emailed me. Oh well, I get to keep another Carrot Top. I get to keep another coffee mug. I'm reading and talking, doing this like I said I wanted to keep another Carrot Top. Passed out. Finishing up my Pop-Tart, blueberry Pop-Tart with frosting. It's the best Pop-Tart blueberry. I could have put that in the survey. I'm eating super healthy. It's got fruit in it. Does that count as part of a balanced meal? Remember all the cereal commercials growing up, and you'd have like Fruit Loops or Lucky Charms, all these sugary cereals, and then there's like part of a complete breakfast, and then they'd pan out and they'd show the bowl of Fruit Loops next to like a banana and an apple and so like 2 or 3 different fruits beside it, so you could actually counterbalance all the garbage that was in your cereal to make it a complete meal, a well-balanced meal. I don't think they do that cereal commercials anymore. I don't think they try to claim that they're part of a balanced meal. There's only a couple cereals that come to mind, like Total Raisin Bran and Cheerios, maybe the healthier mainstream cereals here in the United States, if you're into having a bowl of cereal in the morning. But yeah, I thought it was kind of, looking back, is comical to think that Fruit Loops or Lucky Charms, all the little marshmallows, could be part of a balanced meal. So, as a kid, you're like, but Dad, look at this, Mom. Mm-hmm. There's that, what was that show? Mad Men. Uh-oh, Terry's not happy with the mail system. Raisin Bran, favorite cereal. I like Honey Nut Cheerios. That's my favorite cereal. Yeah, I'll send you the email again, Istanbul. I'll take care of that after the stream. But I'm pretty confident I sent it to you. I'm not sure what happened. Anywho, balanced meal. Mad Men was a show that focused on how the advertising market, advertised products in like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And it's wild if you look back at old commercials, the things they would claim in these commercials that their product could do or not do or whatever. And people would just, take it as is, straight fact. But those commercials have really changed over the years. Obviously, you look at some old stuff like for cars and things like that, and they're talking about a selling point was this fake leather, and that was actually a selling point for a car. You don't have to kill a cow. We've made this leather out of plastic. It'll last for 10,000 years. Get it now in your new Datsun 210. That's Honey Nut Cheerio. We're having a battle of cereals on the chat. Don't worry, Istanbul. I'll send it again. Don't worry. I'll send it to you. You'll get it. I'll correspond. I'll be the middleman. Get you guys connected email so you two can chat with and stuff. I may have messed up. I'm not perfect on this stuff. I can make mistakes too. Oh, all the different cereals. What they had, what are some other insane cereals they said were part of a complete breakfast? You had Count Chocula. Count Chocula being some kind of cereal that's, good for your health and stuff like that. I don't know. It's weird. It's so funny. But now I don't even. You don't really see. I don't watch a lot of TV, so I don't know what commercials are really these days. As far as like cereal and products, with the streaming service like Netflix and things I don't see commercials like that anymore. And then in my car, I got Sirius XM, no commercials there. I get more commercials streaming, wasting my time on YouTube. And then it's targeted commercials based on what it's been listening to me talk about or what I've been searching on the internet, trying to target me that way. So it's not going to I'm not going to be exposed to cereals for kids in any of my stuff. I will now that I've been talking about cereal for kids for the past 15 minutes on this stream, and the phone's like, oh, he wants to know about Fruit Loops. And then all my advertising and different suggestions on my search are going to be about Fruit Loops and stuff like that now, because it always listens to you. We gone with the grits again. I use voice to text all the time, Terry. Yeah, it'll butcher your stuff. Sometimes I have to talk like a robot because either I talk really fast or my southern accent comes out and it can't understand what I'm saying. So I get frustrated with it. I get mad. So I'll ask it a question. It's like, what is the weather where you are? And then it'll be able to decipher what I'm saying. You put it in the chat. I have to do my robot thing. Toma arigato, Mr. Roboto. Yeah, they're always listening. I'm so used to it now. I don't even think about it really. I don't. It does bother me sometimes. I'll be looking for something online, and then I get all these ads for something I was talking about the previous day on the side. And it's just a constant reminder that all this technology that we love and enjoy, can't live without, is totally listening to us and manipulating our behaviors and shopping habits, at least, decision making and all that other good stuff. So, are we really independent? Is AI already running the world? It could be. It could be. It's listening to us and giving us suggestions. It's been doing that for years, before all the chat GBT and whatever else is out there, that Gemini and all these other things that are listening to you and giving you suggestions. Fraggle Rock on HBO. Yeah, I remember that little Muppet show. It's so cheesy and stupid looking now. But as a kid, you're like, oh, we're watching little Muppets in this little cave live out their lives. It's It's something that's like absurd to even think or watch today. The stuff we watched as kids, like all those other shows that I used to like. I used to like the Dukes of Hazzard growing up, and they had the General Lee, and they're always jumping that car. And as a kid, you're like, whoa, look at him go down this dirt road, all this dust in the back. I can go 10 miles per hour in my Subaru and kick up that much dust on the gravel road. It's not that big of a deal. But as a kid, you're like, whoa, yeah. And then you had like all the car crashes. How many cars did they go through making that show? It's like they were completely just tear off the wrapper, drive it down in the scene, and crash it into something. And they were all Dodge vehicles, Dodge and Jeep vehicles, Dukes of Hazzard. Because you had the Dodge Charger, that was the General Lee, and then you had all the cop cars were Dodge vehicles. They had some contract, and they just crashed the hell out of those things. I think that was bad for sales, if you think about it, and on Dodge's behalf. Sure, they're getting their name out there in cars, but all the people are seeing is like, if I had a Dodge, it's going to crash into something, it's going to fall apart and always have problems. They never can catch him. I'm not going to own a Dodge. All the different cars they crashed on that show. It's absurd amount of vehicles destroyed. A lot of old shows like that in the 80s. Oh, gosh, yeah, definitely in the 80s. What was another one, like A-Team? The A-Team? Completely unrealistic. So unrealistic. But as a kid, I watched it all the time, and they're crashing and blowing up everything all the time. You know? Well, let's see, Terry's got something here. Terry, you did not. You did not do that with somebody looking over your shoulder. It's lies, lies, lies. Just that way. You'll have to read the chat if you're watching this later to see what Terry said. I suggested to somebody, they were complaining about how when they go out shopping or doing errands on their own, people are always coming up to them and asking them questions and just kind of pestering them all the time. And they felt like they're always somebody's coming up to them and they just want to be left alone. I was like, you need to get a big set of headphones like this and just slap these on your head and just act like you're listening to anything, and just be like, just keep doing your thing, and it doesn't have to be turned on. Hell, you can get a $10 set of headphones like this and just cut the cord off, make them look like Wi-Fi headphones, and then just go around the store, whatever, mind your own business, and nobody else talk to you. So if you're one of those people that doesn't like to be bothered all the time in public when you're shopping or doing something like that, standing in line, people asking you stupid questions all the time, just support one of these. It's so commonplace now. Everybody's got the little earbuds. They're yelling at themselves, walking around like crazy. Somebody come from the 50s or 60s, walked into a grocery store or walked down the street and passed all these people just talking randomly to this. They would freak out. They'd think we all belong in insane asylums because they wouldn't know about Bluetooth, and we're all just walking around with little earbuds and headsets. But yeah, I'm guilty. We're out the other house I was living in. I was out in the yard, working in the yard, cutting grass or stuff like that. I wasn't very social at the time. That's a different story. I didn't really want to talk to people. So I just started wearing headphones, and I would just do my thing, but I would pretend like I did not see them at all as they walked down, because the neighborhood was like a loop. People would just kind of go for a walk or a run, walk their dog around the neighborhood. And they'd always be like, hey, how's it going, neighbor? And I would just have my headphones on, and I'd just be like with a weed eater or something going on. I'm already making noise to begin with. And, I had the ear protection earmuffs as well. I would wear those. They're bright red. And it's like, I'm not listening to you. So the headphone trick, of course, anybody can do. If you really want to be left alone. Hell, you can even go to a restaurant with one of those sets on and just like peel it off. Like, oh yeah, table for one. Just go there and sit. Oh yeah, and just act like you're taking them off to make your order. Yeah, I'll take this, that, and the other, and I'll have that drink. Thanks. And then just like totally escape and just be left alone. But if you want to really listen to something, the amazing cancel Karen. I mean, you could actually use them to listen to podcasts or the radio and stuff. You wouldn't have to have just silence. If they were not playing anything, you still could hear people around you, but they wouldn't know it. So if people are walking by like, "Dude, this guy out here with a headphone, what's his special deal?" You know, he's not talking to anybody. How rude or whatever. And you'd be able to listen to stuff, but not have to actually talk to him. I don't know. It was just a suggestion, and they're like, "Oh, that's a good idea. I think I'll try that." The Karen canceller. Like, could use that as I want to do videos like this, but I don't have other people that are willing to be in my videos, especially in person. If I had somebody pretending to be a Karen, I couldn't be like make some commercial like, "Get yours today, the Karen cancelers." No more will you have to listen to your stupid neighbor yell at you about random crap. And they're just like, they'll be like, "I can't get up," and be like smooth jazz playing. And then, you know, they're like, "Cancel out Karens, you know, you are special. You are a good person." Wesley, according to the poll, he said he would murder SpongeBob after an hour. He would get rid of Carrot Top in 2 hours. Elmo has about 20 minutes, and I left him no choice. He had to pick Hitler. The lesser of all four evils is Hitler. I wish there was a fifth option, like, who are these people? Or something like that. Yeah. I was surprised people are actually picking Hitler. That just came to me this morning. It's nothing I planned on. These polls, I never plan on them. I don't like write them down like, "Oh, that's going to be a good poll from an extreme." I'm just on the spot. 2 minutes left till showtime. I'm like, yeah, let's take a room. And that's why they're so goofy and weird, because I just make them up on the spot. I don't know. I felt like if I planned it out, they wouldn't be as funny. But Carrot Top's pretty on. Cow. I don't know these new. I don't have little kids, so I don't know the new annoying cartoon characters. But yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of them. They could have put Baby Shark on there. I'm sure a lot of people would avoid that one like the plague. That song that like swept the nation a couple years ago, and everybody you could hear and all these toys were being made, and it was playing all the time. It's almost as annoying and the worst jingle that comes on the radio or anywhere ever, and has been played. It's like for a foundation charity for like 6 or 7 years, and the song I just want to rip it out of the radio and set it on fire. Is the jingle for 1-800 Cars for Kids. If I hear that thing start playing, I will mute the radio, turn it off. I'll swerve in traffic, whatever. I want to like punch my devices, and I cannot stand that commercial. It may be for a good cause, but that jingle is like a nightmare to me. I can't stand it. If you've never heard the 1-800 Cars for Kids jingle, consider yourself blessed. In my opinion, it's little kids. No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in Atlanta. If I listen to the regular radio in Atlanta, which I do sometimes, I'll listen to the news, local news on the radio or something like that. Yeah, the Cars for Kids. It's just, I can't take it. I can't take it. It's almost starting to play in my head now. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I can't stand that thing. It's like, I'll give you my brand new car now if you'll just stop playing that song. Help all the kids out, you know? Oh, jeez. The thing they'll do for charity. Oh, man. I think it's kind of ironic. It's Cars with a K. The little kids playing it, singing it. I feel like I'm watching Barney. an episode of Barney the dinosaur or something. I don't know what it is. It triggers me. I'd rather be stuck in a room with a Karen for a day than have to listen to that song probably one time. That's how much I hate that particular jingle. Whoever came up with that is diabolical. I got these triplets at the house that love to sing. Let's bring them in, and they can't spell that great either, but they got a catchy tune. What do you think, boss? Oh, and it'll keep playing for years. I can't believe it's the same version. It hasn't changed a bit. They have a rock version too. Oh my gosh, they do have it. I was just saying they don't have another version, and you said they do have another version of it. I have to take a deep breath. It's like it's a trigger. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. They got a rock version. I'm surprised they don't have like a hip hop version or something like that. Oh man. Yeah. That I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like I can't take it. I can't take it. Oh gosh. That's the Karen of my life. The Cars for Kids jingle. And I'm afraid that it'll stay on the radio for years to come, and I'll randomly come across it. And even on Sirius XM, which is supposed to have like no commercials, there are a few channels that do, like some of like the Comedy Central channel. They'll play a bunch of comedy skits and all stuff, and then they'll have this 2-minute break for commercials, and that Cars for Kids thing will come up on my Sirius XM satellite radio that I pay a monthly bill on for no commercials, and I get the worst commercial in the entire world. Oh man. I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. It just triggers me. I can't take it. I can't take it. Oh man. You guys found my kryptonite. I just jump out of the car, leave it running, tuck and roll in traffic. It's like I can't take it. Make it stop. Why are my arms tied behind my back in this white jacket? Like a Rum DMC version of it. That'd be like the 80s, but yeah, or a rap version of it. Oh man. Oh. Like I said, I can't explain why it does trick. I don't like it. I don't like it. Not one bit. No. I definitely don't like it. Yeah, just very bad jingle. Very bad jingle. I can't take it. Nope. The Rain Man. Judge Wapner. Yeah. That was a cool movie too. I hadn't seen that one in a long time with Tom Cruise in it. There's a new Mission Impossible movie I haven't seen. I want to see that. So we'll flip the script over to movies and stuff. I kind of want to watch. I am excited about. Stop, Johnny. I want to watch the new Superman movie. It's coming out this summer. It does look a little cheesy as far as the trailer is concerned. If you haven't seen the trailer, I don't go to the theaters that often. There's just really nothing to watch. I went last summer for the Deadpool movie, but I think I'll take the time and effort to go see the new Superman movie. I don't know. The theaters, I don't even know why they're still open, really. With all the streaming online that everybody does with Netflix, Amazon, and all Hulu and all the other 50 other streaming services you can get, everybody's sitting at home and they got 90-inch screen TVs. They got home theaters. They just need a couple of recliners and a big popcorn machine. They got their own home theater with probably better sound and nobody talking on their cell phone and behind you, 2 rows behind you and things like that. So, but there's one theater here in town that has the recliners in it where you can actually they taken all the seats out and they just brought in 100 recliners, put them in the theater with these little buttons where you can like, excuse me, sir, can I have another refill of my Dr. Pepper in this 64-ounce mega gulp? And then I'll need a catheter as well so I don't have to get up and use the bathroom. And so, but yeah, they really had to change the atmosphere of theaters to get people to actually come into them. And I was talking about this the other day too. You'll go to a theater has 16, 20 something screens, which used to be the thing with all these movies coming out. Now they, with those same theaters that still have 16 screens, they're only using like four of them, and they're playing, just four movies, maybe five, and that's it. It's a sleepy time paradise for the recliners. There was one. Now this is in the late '90s. I was living in a college town up in Tennessee, and they had this really old theater, and they had like a stage for plays and stuff. But they turned it into a movie theater, and it was actually the dollar theater. For $1, you can go in and watch a movie. Now it wouldn't be the latest and greatest movie that just came out, but they would play movies from 5, 10 years ago. And for $1, it was meant for a bunch of college kids, and I doubt it's still alive or open today. But yeah, for $1, you go in there and they had the Cokes and popcorn like anything else, and you go watch movies that played 5, 10, 20 years ago and watch them on the big screen just for the heck of it. But there were no internet, no streaming movies, nothing at the time. So it was kind of cool, especially when you didn't have a lot of money and you wanted to go do something. $1, right? They're gonna snuggle. I don't think Hollywood's fading. They're still doing it. There's a bunch of, here in the Atlanta area, there's a lot of studios and stuff that have opened up, and film production businesses that have opened up because they gave these huge tax breaks, as usual, to get big corporations to bring their stuff into the state. And around Atlanta, they got huge, it's like a second Hollywood, some people call it. The amount of studios and production areas to make modern movies are right here in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And they use these small towns and things for their little movies too. You'll see film crews blocking traffic in a little town out in the middle of nowhere, doing their stuff. And they're still making movies. They may not be making them in Hollywood themselves with CGI and all the other garbage that you can use to make movies, or CapCut like me making videos. But it's still going to be there. We still like to watch movies. It's just a lot more platforms, or there's a lot more competition. So, I don't know. I watched a movie. I got my new recliner, and I watched a movie on the streaming service. I can't remember the name of it now. I had it in my mind just 2 seconds ago. It was an okay movie, but it had a lot of good actors in it. Ben Stiller and what's the guy's name that normally partners up with Will Ferrell in movies? He's got the curly hair. Real funny guy. He's in it. And a few other, maybe 4 or 5 other actors that are pretty well known. But I never heard the movie before, but I saw the lineup on there. I watched it. It was kind of quirky and funny, but it was cool to watch. I never heard of it before. I took a chance on it. I can't think of the name of it now to save my life. Basically, this teenage girl dies in some accident or something right at the beginning of the movie, and the boyfriend is just devastated. They're going to funerals, doing all this stuff, and then like a couple of days later, she's alive again, and the parents are trying to hide it, but it evolves and goes in. It's kind of funny how she's acting different now, and they're trying to figure out what's going on and how it happened. And then, lo and behold, it's like a zombie apocalypse. But the zombies, just old relatives showing up at their houses, going, what are you doing in my house? I bought this house, for $28,000. This is my house. And they're like, that's the old owners. I don't know. It's just quirky and funny. The zombies weren't like trying to eat brains and stuff like you see other things, but. Like their grandpa shows up. It's like, I want to go in the attic. It's like, Grandpa, you don't need to go in the attic. And they're like friendly. And then if they started getting riled up, they would play smooth jazz, and it would calm them down. It was just a silly comedy about zombies. To me, it was just hilarious. But it was pretty funny to watch. I got to think of that again. I'll never remember the name of the movie. I can't remember some of the actors either. I could look it up. If you're interested, I could try to find out real quick what it was. And it came out last year, but it wasn't like a blockbuster release or nothing. It's just one of those other movies that come out on a streaming service. That's some. Oh gosh. Let's see. Let's do 2024 on there because it's trying to get me everything from the 50s and 60s. Is it Outbreak? No, 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 no. What's the name? Oh, jeez. And they were all Jewish too, so they were saying all these like. uh, Life After Beth. It actually came in 2014. Life After Beth. That's the name of it. And it only got like a 5.7 out of 10. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. Life After Beth. And it's got what's her name in it. Come on, where's the characters? The cast, I should say. There's a bunch of clips, but it's got a bunch of good actors in it. I wouldn't rate it as like a B movie or something like that, but Life After Beth. We'll just type that in since it's not giving it to me. It's got Aubrey Plaza. She's in it. John Riley, Molly Shannon, Elizabeth J, Anna Kendrick, Karen Dreyer, Paul Witz, Dana. It's all these different. Paul Reiser's in there. Who's some other people that are kind of famous in a way? Cheryl Hines, Thomas McDonnell, Keter Whittle. But it had a bunch of good people in there. It's just kind of one of those movies that they got together. Life After Beth, Beth. It's just one of those quirky little movies that came up because of they just had a script. Like I said, it wasn't a mainstream movie, but I thought it was pretty good. I wasn't expecting like this blockbuster, blow my mind type movie with this plot twist or anything like that. But I just found it to be pretty funny. But this Aubrey Plaza, she's got those bug eyes. It really stands out. The lottery. Johnny's watching some of my old. I got videos on my channel from like 12, 14 years ago that I never deleted. There are some that I did delete, which I wish I hadn't, and now I wish I had not. But yeah, I got some old videos. The younger me doing stuff with no beard. I don't know, just random stuff like that. The lottery the lottery ticket prank was pretty good. Yeah, but you can go online now, Amazon. You can get everything but a kidney there. You can buy fake lottery tickets, and they'll even get them so realistic that they'll even have your state on them. So I'm in Georgia. You have like the Georgia lottery on it, and it'll be a totally bogus lottery ticket. When they scratch it, they win thousands of dollars, and you just kind of hand them out and play like, but it was a Christmas get together, and I bought them and some actual tickets too, and I gave one to my sister that was fake. And so I was like, hey, here's something fun we can do. I got a handful of lottery tickets, guys. We'll just pass them out, and see if anybody want anything. We're like, okay. Some people are just kind of not even doing their thing. And my sister's over there just going like this, and she's like, I won. Watch the video, and on the back it tells you how to redeem it. And everybody's like, the thing was, I didn't really let anybody else in on it. So it was just like me and a couple other people knew. Nobody else did, and she didn't know. So they're all like, you won? They're really getting hyped up, and she's like really getting excited, only to find out it was a total prank. But yeah, it was a good little thing. And on the back it says, go to your mama's house or something like that to collect prize or something stupid like that. And then as she's reading, she's like, this doesn't make any sense. It's like, because it's fake. Ta-da! Johnny, you don't like my snake video? Bogus for the snake video. Lame. Come on, man. It wasn't that lame. That was when, you remember all those videos that used to come out on YouTube where you'd have people, you'd get the reaction videos you'd have somebody sit in front of the computer and watch a video, and then something would just flash on the screen real fast and just scare the crap out of them. That was during that time when you had all those videos coming out and people were pranking each other on these reaction videos of people falling out of their chairs and screaming and running from the screen, you know. That's where I found that one. I actually stole that video off somebody else that I saw. I kind of screen recorded it at the time and redubbed it for myself and put it on there because I wanted a video that way too, just to see if it would get any traction and do anything. So the Army videos. You watched all of them, Johnny? Oh gosh, some of them I feel like are kind of embarrassing now. I did some stop motion animation for those because at the time of my deployment, we weren't allowed to videotape or take pictures of anything that was actually going on for security reasons and you know, different things like that. So we couldn't do it. But, you know, if you wanted to take personal pictures, you could do that and email them to your family or something like that. But it couldn't involve anything that was actually going on. So you'd be like against a wall, like, here I am against the wall, you know, and it was just, but anyway, so I did stop motion animation, and I had my wife at the time send me a pack of little green army men, and I did all the voices and stuff like that, and I just kind of, you know, took little pictures and had them move around, and I did all the different voices for different scenes, so it was really for my fellow soldiers' entertainment, the guys I was deployed with, because they relate to what was actually going on and they thought it was funny. But it's kind of like you had to be there type thing to really get the full effect of the video and really enjoy it. The fat guy on the chicken diet. His name's Bubba. Lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I haven't spoken to him in years. I heard that he's lost a lot of weight. Probably not on the chicken diet, but yeah. The chicken diet is because every meal they served us, almost every single meal they served us, had fried chicken in it or baked chicken. It was chicken all the time. If you got anything other than chicken, it was a great day. So we just made fun of it. It's like everything's chicken. Anyway, but the stop motion, put them all together. I did one with like a little G.I. Joe man, and that's the real stop motion animation. I think it's the first one I ever made, where I took lots of little pictures and moved the little hands bit by bit and did the voices on them. And it's like a minute long, if that. That took me hours and hours to make. I wasn't deployed at the time. It was some other little stupid training thing we were going to for a couple of weeks. And we had this one officer harassing us for the stupid reports and things like that. And it was just aggravating, so we made this little mockery video. He was a really good-hearted, funny guy. He didn't take offense to it or anything like that. But yeah, that was my first stop-motion animation type video, and it was fun to make. There's Abnorm. Hey, Abnorm! What's going on, man? The only person we're missing now is Ramesh, as far as regulars are concerned. But, yeah, that's it. What I got going on here? I'm looking at the other screen to see how things are going. I can't really see all the stats right now because I got the phone flipped around on the back camera so that you could actually read the stuff behind me. If I use the front camera, everything's flipped and all the words are backwards. So, I don't know. So I'm having to like use another screen to read your guys' comments and things like that. Hey, my sister thinking she was going to win the lottery. I know. Evil. Very evil indeed. Oh, man. But, yeah, you missed out on a bunch of stuff already. I have Norm, you sleeping in on us, man? Snoozing. Oh, man. Up early on a Sunday. Yeah. I know some of you guys are like in Texas. Wesley's in Texas and things like that. So I know you guys get up super early to watch me on YouTube. I'm flattered that you would take the time. Making music. I didn't know you made music, Abnorm. What kind of music do you make? Do you record albums and like your own tunes, make your own songs, or Tell us more about that. Let's talk about Abnorm's music abilities here. Malcolm's. Oh no, not the Cars for Kids. No! Abnorm is a musician. He didn't even tell us that. Yeah. These secrets we're finding out about our internet friends here. Well, looky there. Abnorm's a musician. He's a poet and didn't know it. All that good stuff. I've never been able to write a song or anything like that. I'm not that creative. I think I could get away with it now with the artificial intelligence, AI. I could probably be a songwriter then. I tried to use AI to get a jingle for my little podcast here. That was frustrating because it would come up with some random stuff. It was real cheesy and sounded horrible. There was another guy on YouTube that does live streams. He plays the guitar on the screen and takes requests, and he's very snappy, really fast paced, and he does really good stuff. And I had sent him, and he's got hundreds of people watching him. He actually saw my comment where I was like, "Hey, would you be willing to write an intro song for my podcast?" And he was like, "Yeah, just send me an email. My email is this, blah, 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 blah. And my website or whatever." So I went on there on his website, which I had done before. I knew about his website. Sent him an email asking him, I was like, if I need to give you some money up front so you know that I'm not trying to get anything free, I could pay you, a down payment on this little jingle or something like that if you're interested in doing it. He's a very artistic guy, very very good at what he does. And but he never responded. He never gave me a jingle or anything. I was kind of sad. But now I have another musician in my audience who is a moderator and has been hiding the secret from all of us. Shame on you, Abnorm. We just tapped into a vital resource here. We got to get a jingle for the Coffee with Malcolm show. Something I can play in the beginning of the show. 15 seconds long. That's all I'm asking. Not much. Something original. Like Coffee with Malcolm. Yeah, it's Coffee with Malcolm. Before you have to go, get your cup of joe or something like that. It's just a really simple little jingle or something like that. Yeah, shame on you, Abnorm, hiding those talents. You guys should be proud of your talents and share them with everybody. We're almost like family on here. But yeah, I wanted to get a little jingle going on for the coffee show. So it's something if somebody watches it afterwards and they tune into it, it would be and it cannot resemble or have anything to do with Cars for Kids. You'll have to go back in the chat to find out about that. It cannot resemble or have anything. No kids singing. I will definitely deny it. I'll put it on a CD or thumb drive, take it to the backyard and burn it. So I can't do that because I'm ready for Johnny there to say, "Hey, do it for Cars for Kids version" or something like that. So please don't. Please don't. I'm going to go refill my mug. So stand by for it's made. I just got to run into the kitchen, top it off, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Talks amongst yourselves. So hold on a second. All right, and we're back. Thank you for joining us here on Coffee with Malcolm, episode 101 on YouTube. Certain restrictions do apply. See store for details. Batteries not included. So Abnorms, y'all guys help me out. Let's work together and come up with a jingle for Coffee with Malcolm. I think we can work. This could be a group effort to come up with some jingles. It could be a little funny. It could be hilarious. Something a little catchy, and maybe just like 10, 15 seconds long. I don't want to do this whole 2-minute intro like sitcoms used to be in the 80s and 90s. Batteries not included. Forward quick restricted to apply. See store for details. I did that. I tried to rehearse saying that over and over again and put it in a couple of my videos before I had the software. I could just say it regularly and then like triple the speed and let the computer say it fast for me. No, it needs to have a good little like guitar riff, if you will. I don't know. It could be piano. It could be, I don't know what instruments you play, or it could be all digital for all I care. Just something catchy. I think would be kind of cool. Give us some options. I can now if anybody else out there is musically talented like Abnorm, we just found out, hiding his secret from us. But if you have the ability to create songs and make music, send me a sample to coffeewithmalcolm@gmail.com. I'd be glad to reimburse you in some way for your efforts. I'm not asking you to just do everything totally free. I get it. It's time and effort. But if we can like pick something 10, 15 seconds long, I don't think it's too much. And just have kind of like a little jingle type to it. So and have a little rhyme, have Coffee Malcolm in the lyrics somewhere so it'll go with the podcast. And yeah. Vocals upon vocals. There's this one YouTuber. He doesn't do live streams, but he plays the drums and he has like this sweatband on. He's got this look about him. But anyway, he gets AI to write these random country songs that are just totally off the wall, weird and insane, and they're absolutely hilarious. I never could find out what program he was using for that, and I wanted to have something like, you seen that guy too? He's laughing and he's just playing the drums, laughing at these songs that AI makes, and he claims he's listening to them for the first time, which I think is because his 1-800 Coffee with Malcolm. No. No 800 numbers. No 800 numbers. I'm not having like a hotline. Please call into Coffee with Malcolm and ask your questions directly. Hello, you're on the show. Country Cowboy, Rocket Man, all kinds of stuff like that. Oh, the ducks are doing good. Abnorm's got a bunch of ducks. Abnorm's got a lot of stuff going on. He's not sharing with us. Oh man, you guys are crazy. I love it though. I really appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with me. But make sure you hit the little thumbs up button, like the video, there's things like that. If you're just dropping in or passing by for Coffee with Malcolm, we're just having a random conversation here. You don't talk about, well, I don't want you to be so self-absorbed or anything like that. But if you got a talent, share it with us. We'd be excited to know about anybody's talents. Wesley could put a windshield on a vehicle in 15 minutes. It would take me 5 days. So, he's got his own business doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure what everybody does, actually, if you think about it. I know Wesley does, he's got his business called Kiss My Glass. Abnorm makes music, didn't tell us. Terry C says he's a hooker. And, but we have a Terry that's a trucker as well, so I don't know if it's how that's going to work out. But yeah, just share your talents. No need to hide them, unless it's just like you're like making paper mache dolls and you're a grown man playing with a little pink dollhouse and you don't want to share that. I mean, that's fine if you do it, whatever. But Wesley will also cuddle your local homeless for a low price movie ticket. I was talking to somebody about people who beg for money on the side of the road, how some of them are scammers. And there was, at this particular Lowe's right outside of town, there's this little lady. She's that big. She's like a twig in the wind. She's so tiny and scrawny. And she's looking like this. She's got this cardboard sign. People are handing her cash. And she's there almost every single day. She doesn't update her cardboard. It's the same wrinkled up piece of cardboard and everything like that. But she tugs at the heartstrings of these people driving by that never seen her. And I have not, because I'm kind of leery when it comes to that stuff. I don't really believe some of these people being homeless or whatever. They're just panhandlers and they're just begging for money for no damn reason. She got. I was at the Lowe's, went inside, came out, and I saw her walking across the parking lot like she's headed somewhere. And I've always seen her at that corner exiting the store parking lot. I was like, well, this is kind of odd. Kind of, well, where's she going? Is she going to the other side? She's going to pick her sign over there. No, she walks down. She gets to her car. It's not a brand new car, but it's a decent car, and proceeds to put on this nice fluffy jacket on. Does a couple things, hops in her car, and drives off. And it's like a total scam. That's her job. She goes down there and just bums money off of people, and then hops in. She deliberately parks her vehicle clear on the other side of the building and parking lot, so she's not seen immediately just hopping in the car and driving off. But if you don't know it and you're not paying attention, you never would have put two and two together. But I was sitting in the parking lot playing on my phone. I saw her walking by. I just watched her, and then she did this little bit, got in her car, and just drove off. And I'm like, she's making bloody good money for to have a car like that. Eric's on here from Stardashians. Hey, Eric, how's it going, man? He's a YouTuber as well that goes around for his gig work, and he'll live stream himself all day long. He's a Cowboys fan, so we have to forgive him for that. But yeah, he's a pretty good guy. His name's Eric. He goes by the Stardashians. But yeah, he's a full-time YouTuber, like really full-time YouTuber. But yeah, really cool guy. We'll give a shout out to Eric. He's very supportive too. Showed me a couple things on YouTube, a couple tricks and stuff, and kind of getting the word out to help build my channel and things like that. Really good guy. So I'm glad Eric stopped by and said hi. But yeah, you can check him out. He's running around doing DoorDash stuff. He'll have his girlfriend and fiance in there with him. They get in these little arguments, which was kind of entertaining to watch. You know, and it's just them, they're kind of like their daily routine, and you can kind of follow along with them. So it's pretty fun sometimes. Sometimes it's hilarious, and when he's frustrated with something. One episode, I did get my furniture, Abnorm. I did. My mattress is no longer on the floor. I actually have a bed frame now and a dresser. My clothes are no longer on the floor. I was actually able to sort them out and put them in drawers. It was quite satisfying. And I got a kitchen table and a recliner. And that's when I started watching movies. With that Life After Beth movie, I sat back and watched it. And my new recliner, I hadn't had a recliner in over 20 years. Just to be able to kick back and just watch something and relax. Yeah. But anyway, I got one of those, and I got a coffee table and some end tables, but one of the coffee tables, they delivered all this stuff to the house, put it all together, put it everywhere I wanted, all this stuff. It was part of the package deal thing, whatever. They brought in the coffee table and the end tables, and the coffee table had a chip out of the top of it. It was a wooden top, had a chip out, and the leg was scratched pretty bad where the paint had been ripped off or something. So I was like, and they told me if it comes damaged, just send that little set, whatever it is, back, and they'll send another one out to replace it. So I've got everything but the coffee table and end tables, and that's all the furniture I'm getting. I'm not getting any more. I don't need more. It's just me. I kind of want to be on the minimalist side as much as possible. You wouldn't know that by looking at this room and all the wires that are laying everywhere ready to trip me up and twist my neck in half. But yeah. That's right. Wesley was in a band, Wicked Country Road. What was the name of the song, Wesley? I listened to it. It was pretty good. It's a pretty good song. Rock and roll type, you know, music that he was playing on there. The short-lived band career. But anyway, yeah, I got the furniture and stuff in. It was really nice to have stuff. I could actually sit at the table. I didn't have to stand over the kitchen sink and eat. I could sit down. I was so used to standing over the kitchen sink. Even the day that I got the table and chairs, I'm just sitting there and I'm like halfway through eating, and I was like, I got a table. What am I doing? I had to go over there, sit down. I'm like, oh yeah, this is normal here. This is a little bit better. Huh. But I don't know why. I wasn't used to it. I was standing there looking out the window, eating over the sink, so the crumbs would fall in the sink. that type of thing. But it was nice to have a table and chairs. It is, you kind of miss those things when you don't have them. So yeah, the little simple things in life, right? And now that my mattress is off the floor, it's easier to get in and out of bed. So yeah. We're getting people communicating here in the chat, which is always good too. I like you guys getting along and communicating amongst yourselves while I continue to babble about nonsense on the live stream here. Yeah, my mind going off in 15 different directions all the time is one of the reasons this channel keeps going. So, you played trumpet, drums, harmonica, bass. Man, you played all kinds of stuff, Wesley. I can play the radio. Yep, play the radio. And I can butcher a guitar pretty good. And I drum on the table often. But other than that, that's my music abilities. I never was. I tried band when I was in middle school, and I don't know if the teacher wasn't that great or something, but I just could not connect. I couldn't get it. I got really frustrated with it, and so I dropped out of band. It only lasted a couple of months, and that's thinking about growing up. If I can't get something to work quickly, I'll move on to something else. And I get excited about things. My mind's going. I want to do this, that, and the other. And I wasn't patient enough for band. I wasn't patient enough for Spanish class. I couldn't drop out of that class. I just completely failed it. I knew a few phrases. Mainly, I know how to apologize in Spanish. So if somebody came up to me, I could tell them that I don't speak it, and I apologize for not being able to speak it. So, but that's just one of those things. I'm in awe of people who can speak like 3 or 4 languages, just jump from language to language around the world. People who speak English but can speak German and also speak Chinese, like completely different, no similarity at all languages, and they can just ramble off and hold full conversations with people. And these language, it's just, yeah, it's mind-boggling for me. I even dabbled with those apps, dabble babble. One of them was like, Duolingo or something like that. And you follow along, learning some phrases. I got bored with that really fast. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stick to English. I'll be a dumb American. Just stick to English. I struggle with that enough as it is. I can't imagine trying to learn a whole nother language at this point. I should have taken the time to learn Spanish because there's a lot of Spanish-speaking people throughout the United States, and be able to interact with them professionally and know their language would have been beneficial to me, over the course of time. But I never learned it. So, but now, with the Google Translate and things like that, it's so easy. I'm very open to using technology, typing in what I want to say, and then tapping the button. It's saying it in Spanish to these people, and then they're like, and then I'll tell them in the things like, "Hey, use your phone to translate with me," and we would start communicating with our phones back and forth with each other at the post office. Some lady was looking for a package or something like that, or if she had questions. A lot of times they bring their kids with them, and the kid can speak English really well, so the kid will be the translator. But sometimes, I just use Google Translate, and I can communicate with people. I did it over the phone one time. This one lady, she called, and she was very patient, very polite. She was looking for a package, and we had an employee who did speak fluent Spanish, but he was gone for lunch that day at that time. He wasn't around. So I was like, you know what? Let's use Google Translate. I got it right here. And she caught on pretty quick and started using her phone, and we were able to find out what was going on, and she was very happy that I took the time and effort to help her out. So, yeah, I'm very spoiled with modern technology as far as getting things done, and but I don't use it to its full potential. I've been told plenty of times to set reminders and make lists on my phone, but in my mind, I just refuse to do that. It's like I'll do reminders, like event reminders sometimes. I will. I've started doing them, but like making lists, I don't know. I find it tedious. I have a serious problem. Wesley's flying straight now. He's not going any rock bands and no Hell's Bells for Wesley anymore. But that's cool. And more power to you, my friend. But anyway, no ACDC Hell's Bells things for these guys anymore. Having changes in your life, that's good. As long as the grass isn't always greener when you do changes, though. But a lot of times it is, for me anyway. Like if your beliefs in God, for example, or moving into another house, taking these leaps and chances to do different things. Yeah, it's good stuff. And change can be good. It can be real good. You don't have to be stuck with the same old routine for your whole life. Some comedian was talking about marriage. These people were married for 53 years, but they've been pissed off for 52 years, And their whole thing was that they stayed together this long just to see who could outlast the other one. Is the way the comedian put it. I thought it was pretty funny. These people staying together for 50, 70 years. But a majority of it, they're just tolerating each other. And they're in this mindset and era that they're not going to get divorced. They've already settled. This is the person they're stuck with. And they're just saying who could live the longest, basically. Oh, man. Spanish is heavy. Well, I imagine it would be heavy in Texas. Well, it's you're right there on the Mexican border, so you got a lot of people coming over that speak Spanish, and it would be beneficial to have those people around you that can translate. Yeah. I know that when I got out of high school, I worked at this processing plant, and we had some Hispanics working there, and they could understand English when they wanted to. That type of thing, They were thinking, well, I really don't want to do this job, so I'm going to play dumb, be like, no hablo inglés, But I wasn't like a supervisor, but I was put in charge of a couple things. I've had the leadership qualities, but I just never really maximized it. But anyway, I made reference to, I didn't have Google Translate, but I made the reference to something about his paycheck, and he immediately started to learn how to speak English again and helped me out with the task at hand. I was like, no hablo inglés, no chico. So I don't remember what I said, something horrible, racist, and inappropriate. But the guy knew what I was saying. You're not going to get your hours. I can't remember exactly, but he hopped up and started helping out. That's all I wanted. It was like, we got something to do. We got a job to do. I need you to get up and help me do it. That type of thing. But I remember that quite often happening at that processing plant. And then a couple of times, ICE raided it. These people were running this plant, food processing plant, hired so many illegals. If they came in and did a raid, over half of the employees would be running out the back door and into the woods and stuff like that. It was quite, the first time it was very shocking indeed. And then you had to shut the whole place down because you just lost half your employees running away or getting arrested or whatever. So it shut down production, and then we'd have to scramble. But yeah, it was the first time we did it. I was like 19 or 20 years old. I was told, I came from a little town. I had no idea what the hell was going on. It's like, where's everybody going? Everybody's running and just taking off out these exits and fire exits and stuff. And then somebody explained it to me later, and I was like, wow, I just never thought about it. I was just there working, doing a job. It only happened, I was there for 4 years. I think it happened twice. But they came in and just raided the place, basically. And I was like, are they going to shut the whole place down? Are the owners and people are going to get in trouble? And no, they would shut it down for 2 days. And when the dust settled, almost all of them would come right back to work again. Same exact people, pick up their places in line and get back to work. It's kind of like they had to come, they had to like meet a quota for raids or something like that, and then they would just leave you alone. It's like, okay, we did our job, came over there, we got a couple of people, no big deal, and a couple of days later, everybody be back to work. I think we had to. We were normally off on the weekends. It was Monday through Friday at the time. So when that did happen, we had to work Saturday to kind of make up, play catch up. But yeah, it was wild watching all these people run. And in hindsight, it was sad in a way because I mean these people are just trying to work, make a living like anybody else. And the whole argument about, and I'll tell you my stance on this. The whole argument about illegals taking jobs, I think, is BS because a lot of the jobs they do are jobs that nobody else wants. Picking crops and processing animal carcasses in a plant, or all these other jobs that a lot of immigrants do. A very large majority of it are jobs that you and I don't want to do. Why not go ahead and let them do it? They're willing to do it. They're getting paid something. They're getting paid dirt cheap, and they're doing jobs we don't really want to do. So, I don't know. I don't want to get on that tangent too much, but yeah, there's a fine line as far as like rounding people up and sending them back and stuff. But if they're like hardworking people that are contributing to society in some way, I don't see why you would want to take those people and rip them out and send them back. But I'm just one guy with one little vote, and it's a grain of sand in the big wide beach of ocean of the world. I don't think it's that significant. So, I don't know. So I'll just leave it at that. But that's the current thing going on. As far as that's my political take for the day. Abnorm and Istanbul are talking back to each other. So yeah, I guess you did get it. So they do have each other's email. Awesome. I don't have to double check my email. I knew I sent the email back and forth to you guys. Maybe I sent it the other way around. Maybe I sent Istanbul's to Abnorm instead of Abnorm to Istanbul. I don't know. They're connected now, so it's all cool. I have not been keeping up with their chatter in the chat stream either, so I don't even know what they're probably even talking about now, which is cool. Meet people around the world here. I think it's awesome. The way we can bring people in from all over the place and hang out. It's really a neat thing. Oh, you're cooking dinner? What are we having for dinner tonight, Istanbul? What are you cooking? She's in Turkey, or she's with her sister? She's visiting her sister still? Something like that. But anyway, she's cooking dinner. I wonder what she's having. It's very interesting to see what people in their native country cook on a regular basis, Pancakes for dinner? Huh. Well, I guess you could have breakfast for dinner. I've done that a few times. Why not? Pancakes and waffles and all that other good stuff. Yes, the Friday morning when I did the 100th episode at that, it's 5 in the evening for their flapjacks. You need to get Abnorm to send you some true Canadian maple syrup. The authentic stuff. That's 5 in the evening. '90s was happening in your parts. I'm not sure. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. People are talking here while I keep rambling. You got to have the real Canadian maple syrup, though. Got to have that. It's different. It's way different than the processed stuff like we have here in the States. I'm not sure what kind of syrup you have where you are. You can get all natural maple syrup at the store now. You'll pay $20 for a little jar of it or something like that, absurd amount. Oh gosh, are you talking about the about immigration and ICE? Okay, that's what he's talking about. Seeing it in there in the '90s, people getting rounded up and stuff. It's kind of sad in a way. I'm not saying they're all just working in kitchens and picking crops and doing factory jobs. there's plenty of people doing illegal stuff that are U.S. citizens and illegal that need to be addressed as well. I get that. I'm not naive. I understand that there are some bad people out there that cross the border and have various, motives, things like that. But I don't know. And it's going to be hard to pick and choose which ones you. I guess in the grand scheme, you just kind of scoop them all up and then sort them out later or something like that. I don't know if I don't know. It's way beyond my, I don't. It's not my pay grade. It's above my pay grade. I don't know, man. Oh, you'll get lost in the woods of Canada. I bet you would. I'm pretty good at navigation, though. I can trace myself back or get to point A to point B pretty good. Driving or walking or things like that. I've got a good compass for that. I can thank the Army for that. I have a good bearing. I can notice landmarks as I'm going and retrace my steps back pretty good if I have to. Things like that. So, and I'm always pretty cognizant of which way's north and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, I've never really had a problem getting lost. Even before GPS, I never really used paper maps much. I would just, I would glance at it like I take this road when I get to this funky little town, I hang a right and I go this way, and then, I'm there. I really can't remember how I got around so well before GPS. When you had to stop and ask for directions. Hey, you just go down here where that church burnt down 5 years ago. Hang a right there. But if you go past the fire hydrant that's yellow, then you've gone too far. So you come back, and then you come back down to where, like I said, that church burned 5 years ago, and hang a right. That's a funny story about that. And you're like, dude, I just need to get around. I need to get to this place. How do I get there? All right, hold your horses. We'll get there. Like I was saying, what I was saying, oh yeah, go down here and take a left. Stopping and asking for directions. Oh man, before GPS, you just relied on locals. Oh man. And then you had to if you did stop and ask for directions, you had to assume that person was a local based on the atmosphere and the scenery, if you will. You're like, you know what? I think he's from around here. Let's ask this guy. You couldn't ask people for directions today. They look like you're completely insane. Look, I'm not telling you how to get away from me, Don't you have a phone? People come to the post office asking for directions while holding their smartphone, and I find that very aggravating too. I'm like, you just spent $1,000 on that phone. Tap the screen a couple of times and find out where to go. Why are you asking me? You've got a device. You have the power. These people like this, like, oh yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I'm trying to get directions, and you can hear them on the phone. Like, well, just put it on your phone and go around. And I'm like thinking to myself, yeah, put it on your phone and get there. And they're like, hold on, this guy's trying to tell me something, and it's like, geez, you pay all that money for this, you're not even using it to full potential. I find that very aggravating. Now, if it's an elderly person and they got a flip phone, yeah, I'm going to give them directions. I'll give anybody directions, actually. But I do find it aggravating. Somebody comes up and asks where they came up and is like, where's the library? And I'm telling her it's like just down the street. It's on the left, blah, blah, blah. But the whole time I'm saying that, I was like, you managed to navigate to the post office that you'd never been to. Why couldn't you navigate to the library in town that you've never been to? Texas, you got plains, grass beds, heavy landscape match. Yeah, Texas got a little bit of everything going on down there. You got George W. Bush down there too. He likes all about Texas. Got that Lone Star going on. Know what I mean? Fooled me once, get fooled again. That's all right. My George W. Bush impersonation. It's Slay Raya Carey. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us and stopping in. Just casual conversation over coffee. We were talking about the landscape of Texas there for a second. But anyway, forward to GPS says, Walt, keep going straight. Oh, man. It's wild, the information that we have driving down the road and stuff compared to it used to be. Oh, yeah, it'll tell you go forward, hang left, and you're looking at the GPS like, well, that's like a cliff. You sure you want me to turn left here? And when all those jokes and comics about GPS leading you off a cliff or down a swamp or something like that, because it didn't know which way to go. You're not from America? What country are you in? Slay Raya Carey. That's an interesting name. I know it's a play on stuff, but anyway. Guess what country you're in? We have people from all over the world in here on a daily basis. Let's see if we can add you to our list of different countries that have joined our stream. So we're patiently waiting. Morocco. Ooh, fancy. Somebody from Morocco. Nice. Well, that's cool. Morocco. Wow. I'm pulling up Google Maps here. I know I sounds kind of silly, but I can't remember what countries Morocco is near. I'm showing my ignorance. Let's see here. Where's Google Maps? Doop, doop, doop. I know it's on this other screen somewhere. There it is. Ta-da. Morocco. Your flag is red with a little dot. Okay. You're a northeastern or northwestern part of Africa. Okay, near Spain. All right. Sorry, I'm not good on my geography, but that's cool. That is so cool. It's not really on the Mediterranean Sea. It has the it's on the Sea of Gibraltar. It's Gibraltar. Blah, 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 blah. And the what's this called? The Boran Sea. Not really part of the Mediterranean Sea. But anyway, it's not near the Gulf of America either. So, oh my gosh, let's change the name. We're gonna change it to Gulf of America. I think that's a sweet name. It's gonna be great. Should have been that way the whole time. They took it from us. We're taking it back. Oh man, changing the Gulf of America. Let's see if they've done it on Google yet. Have they changed it? No, Google still calls it the Gulf of Mexico. Gulf of America. Everything's gonna be America. It's gonna be great. It's okay, Slayer. We appreciate and we welcome everybody on this stream from all over the world. We're happy to have you. Even if you're just watching my funny face on the screen, you're welcome here anytime. Anytime. Like and subscribe. Hang out with us. We're on here all the time in the morning time, which is, I guess, in the afternoon or evening for you. So, yeah, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Morocco. You're the first person from Morocco. I've had people from, where did I get? Quite a few places in Africa I've had people tune in, if you will. Yeah, we'll just add that to the list. I need like a map on the wall and put little pin marks of all the different countries that people who joined in on the live stream. That'd be kind of cool. 1:20 or 3:27 in the afternoon there. That's awesome. Except the Johnny, stop bringing that up, man. I do. It's just what I said. You gotta get a map with little pin markers. Yep, and I could do that. We need to expand my studio a little bit and have little pin markers. You know, I mean, I'm sure there are some people that may just make something up, just, but I think most people that get on this stream are not here to troll or say they're from, Antarctica or some garbage like that. So, yeah, add that to the list. Morocco. I haven't had anybody from Spain or Italy or France on here. But I've had people from the UK and Ireland joining us. There's Istanbul right there. Zooming in. I'm playing on Google Maps here, kind of looking around. But anyway, there was my little place in Iraq. I pin marked it on here in my stuff. I was deployed in Iraq to this one place. Is that the name of the town? I pin marked it on here. Canakin. That's the name of the town we were near. Is that the image of the base I was on? It's changed. That was 20 years ago I was in Iraq. But I do remember the name of the town called Canakin. Khanaqin was the nearby town. of our little base that we had. It's called a FOB, a forward operating base, and that's where I lived for a year. And we were basically pulling security and stuff like that in the area. Um, but I can't remember exactly where we had the base located. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Let's look up. I pin marked it. I found it. There it is. The buildings and the little helicopter pad is all still there. All the little buildings. I'm not sure what year this was taken. It's a 2025 image from Google Earth, but that base that I was in 20 years ago is still there. It's not a United States military base anymore. But yeah, Dirty Dan here anymore. Yeah, Dirty Dan was just a little extreme. But yeah, I remember pin marking this in my account, my Google account. So, but we got to go to Canakin a few times, and kind of pull security there and stuff. Really, and we really didn't. There wasn't a lot of conflict where we were. I mean, there was some stuff we had to be aware of, things like that for roadside stuff and all that garbage. But I do remember going into Canakin and patrolling there for a little while, but getting to see the locals and what they do and things like that. I remember one time I was sitting there. We had the M4s. No, I had the M16 in 2004. I had the long, traditional M16 rifle in 2004. But I also had a sidearm. So I had that going as well. But we had to carry, even on the base, from our little sleeping quarters to the mess hall and things like that, the motor pool, we always had to have our gear on all the time, no matter how hot it was. I could have visited. We didn't have free time for that, though. I do remember being in Canakin, and we were I was paranoid as hell in there because they had all these little buildings and these narrow streets. And for the most part, they were friendly with us because we brought a lot of medical supplies. We're helping with like local schools and things like that. So it was the M9. Yeah, I had the 9mm sidearm. For the most part, they were very friendly. The people there in the town that were near us. Like I said, we were pulling security a lot too. We weren't. There were some times we were kicking doors in, but most of the time it was security. And the people there, like I said, for the most part, appreciated us being around. But we gave stuff. We always had truckloads of food brought out to us for our little base, and it would be more than we could ever eat. They would send us so much food in these convoys to make sure we had enough food to sustain us. A lot of it was dry goods, things like that, but we had generators and we had refrigerated trailers and stuff too. But anyway, we would have an excess amount of food that we just didn't want to go to waste. And we would turn around, we'd stockpile our shelves first, and then whatever was left over was going to go to waste, we would take into the town and just give to the people there. And it would be lots of food, and people, they got used to that. Every month we'd take a little truckload of food out there and hand it out to the locals in town, and they really appreciated that. It wasn't their normal cuisine, but it's still food. But anyway, we've got more conversation going on here that I'm just totally. You have American friends. You never been outside of Morocco? Well, I've never been to Morocco. So yeah, you got American friends now with myself and Abnorm and Johnny and all this kind of stuff. It's good. And Canadian friends, look, you're getting well versed. You're getting worldly friends. That's kind of the thing we have here. There's a nice little family group going on. Yeah, I could have. We would convoy down to Kuwait, and in Kuwait, that's where we would get on planes and fly home. So we didn't fly out of the bases in Iraq themselves. We convoyed down to Kuwait, and then in Kuwait, we'd get on planes and fly home. So we would have a layover. I think we had a layover in Ireland on the way home one time. Yeah, so, but I don't count those as like countries that I visited because I never like got out of the plane and touched the ground or spent any time in there. But anyhow, abnormal. Quit talking about Zaza. Hey, my brother's on here. Peter Gillis, that's my brother. He's saying hi. Hey, bro, how's it going? Oh, the uniforms. I still have some of them. The desert camouflage, they weren't that great. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad I marked it. But that's cool that and it hasn't changed. If I zoom in to the place on the map where my military base was in 2004, it has not changed much at all in 20 years. Because we were building it up as, U.S. soldiers building the place up and doing different buildings and things like that, infrastructure we were putting in place and stuff to sustain ourselves. But we trained a lot of Iraqi soldiers there too, and they had a little building off to the side, a little complex that was being built just for them to train and live in and stuff too. It's still there. It looks like it's been bombed or destroyed. It was not very clean. No, they got vehicles and stuff cleared out the areas and whatnot. They're still using it. Yeah. They've changed a few things over the years, updated a few things, whatnot. But I'm just getting a straight down view of it. So this is a 2025 picture, and there's a bunch of pickup trucks and cars lined up in there. I'm sure it's still like an Iraqi military base of some sort. We handed it over to them eventually. But yeah, still there. That was home sweet home for a whole year. Whole year, my first deployment. But anyway, yeah, thanks for liking and subscribing. Make sure you hit all the appropriate buttons on here. Then they had all the... I went out when they just updated the camouflage for the Army into more of this digital green type camouflage. I don't have it with me right now. I do have one of the uniforms saved, but a lot of stuff I got rid of. I didn't keep it, Oh gosh. Slayeriah, you'll have to excuse Abnorm. He's a little goofy. So the old US camo. I still have my old field jacket from '94. I haven't moved all my stuff from the old place to the new place. Some of the stuff's still left behind. I'm going to take time to go back and get my other items eventually. I'm not worried about them, but yeah. I have the old traditional camouflage field jacket from the '90s. No more polishing boots. Yeah, I was glad that went away. But when they came out with those desert camouflage boots, no, you didn't have to polish them. But, I joined in my first stint of the military. We had to polish our boots and we had to make them shine. And we had to, maybe not so much in a combat zone, of course, but these guys, their boots would get so nasty with whatever on them. Their uniforms would be clean. And gosh, I remember in the night they were pressed. People were having their uniforms sent to the cleaners and have them pressed. They were crisp, had lines on them and stuff. These are the field uniforms, had lines on them pressed. The sleeves were rolled up. Now you can't roll your sleeves up anymore. Sleeves have to stay down all the time. And nobody's like taking their uniforms to the cleaners and stuff like that. There's all wrinkled wads of whatever, and the boots are all nasty. It just doesn't look very professional at all. If you're out in the field training and stuff, that's different. But if you're just showing up for your routine stuff, you want to set forth an appearance like you're squared away. You want to look good, Who is Carrot Top? Carrot Top is a comedian that used a lot of props. He would take all these different random stuff out of this trunk and make jokes and modify regular household items as props. I can't really explain it. You'd have to Google him. Look on YouTube for him, Carrot Top. He's a comedian from, gosh, he was in the 90s, right? He's still alive, but he's not like a active comedian anymore that I know of. But he has this huge red hair. true redhead, poofy hair, goofy as can be, had all these props on the stage, spitting out jokes left and right. At the time, he was just absolutely hilarious. Now it's kind of sad looking at it. But oh, he's back at it. He's back at doing comedy again. That's cool. Makes you wonder where these people go in the meantime. You know, it's not like he made millions and millions and millions of dollars as a comedian and takes a break for 20 years and decides, you know what, I think I'll do comedy again. They're like, what do they do in the meantime? They work at Target or something? Same style. That's his MO. If he tried to change and do something else, it wouldn't work for him. He's known for doing the props and stuff. Yeah. You've got a style of comedy. If you try to switch it up, people aren't going to follow you. You're known for that particular type of comedy. But anyway, yeah. What else we got going on here? Oh, I gained a couple of subs while we're on the live stream. Thanks, guys, for liking and subscribing. The few people that have passed through here and joined the team. We're 200 hours shy of our goal of watch hours, so that we can get this channel up to the next stage. So if you guys want to help me out with that, greatly appreciate it. Listen, watch some other videos, let your stuff play, check out some other stuff too. That's really appreciated. I'm not getting off yet. We got another 20 minutes. I want to do about 2 hours on Sunday morning. I got some other stuff I want to take care of today. It's going to be nice. It's going to be 57 degrees and partly sunny outside. I want to get out and do a couple of things outside, if not just relax outside too. So, but anywho, the lottery ticket video. Yeah, I got her pretty good on that. I remember that. That was fun. And then you have the I am retarded thing where you have them read off this little sign and it makes them sound like they're saying they're retarded. You know, back before you would offend people so much in saying something like that. Yeah, you can't really get away with that now. You'll hurt too many people's feelings, and then you'll get shot down. So, but anyway, I'm getting text messages and all kinds of stuff this morning. I'm not checking it though, but I am going to get my last little refill of coffee, guys. My big 22-ounce liquid energy mug with the crack. I couldn't find a replacement. I've seen pictures online, and there are mugs like it out there. But darn it, I want the actual same mug again. So I have to go get more refills. This is only 11 ounces. So, but I'll be right back. Hang in there. Give me a minute and a half. I'll be right back with some more coffee. Here we are. I wanted to show you guys my giant dictionary from 1960 something. Look at this thing. This is how big this dictionary is. You can buy a dictionary at the store now that's the size of your phone, but this is what a dictionary looked like in the good old days, if you will. This thing is heavy. I have not weighed it. I'd say it's a good 10 pounds. Unabridged, second edition. Makes you wonder what the first or the third edition look like. I'm trying to look at the year on here. Geez, it's got about 66. 1966 by the World Publishing Company. It's in great condition too. None of the pages are torn, and then the binding on it is still intact. It's not ripped or anything like that. I paid $2 for this thing at a library, that had a section where they sold old stuff and books and whatnot. This was laying there. I just thought it was so cool. But it's got the little tabs for the different letters of the alphabet, so you can quickly reference parts of the dictionary to get to the word you're trying to look up. But when I do the videos for the music stuff, I have it here like this, like I'm reading out of this ancient scribe, and I'm reading music lyrics from the video. So yeah, it's in great condition. I love this book. I don't know why. It's not like I really look up anything in it, although I do know how to use a dictionary and look up words. But I just use my smartphone for things now. So, but yeah, this is something I've kept around for a few years, and I like using it for my Name This Song videos. But look how thick that is. That's how big this book is. It's just insanely huge. Oh gosh, what are we talking about? Thank you, Istanbul. Always running the stuff in the background. That really helps me out. I appreciate it. But anywho, I'm reading some of this stuff like that. You have to go, Slay Raya? That's okay. Thanks for hopping in here and saying hi. I'm glad you subscribed. I got a bunch of stuff on my channel you can check out if you ever get bored. So, yeah. Like a Bible, nobody ever opened it. Nobody used it. It doesn't look... There's no writing inside it. Nobody, like... You know, my dad would... He got a book. He would sign his name in it. It's like, this is my book. It belongs to me. But I don't think this really ever got used. Full page maps in color following supplements. It's got the introduction on it on what I was going to say Bible. Thanks, Peter. A dictionary. I don't know. I think it's just really cool. I think it's really cool. It has even like a family tree of Germanic languages in here. Of how languages have evolved over time. I mean, there's so much to this book that you wouldn't even think about. But yeah, and it does have full color maps in there from the 60s. I'm sure it's got Russia, the USSR on there instead of Russia. Yep, USSR right there. There's Moscow and the whole before it got broken up. Tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev. Oh, man. Yeah, it's got all the old maps in there of Canada and stuff like that from the 60s. And got the USSR on there. And how Africa was in the 60s. And, you know, got different countries now that are, how they've broken apart and all this other stuff. There's Morocco. It was called something else. No, it's Morocco right there. Meknes is a city there. It's just a really cool old book. We'll put that off to the side. I mean, it is quite heavy. I need to weigh it. I think it's a solid 10 pounds at least. Maybe more. Could be pushing 15 pounds. It's like... oh, you found a book. My brother found a book that had a map of Austria as part of Germany. Oh, wow. I should look that up. I should look at that on the map and see if it was together on there. Sure, it was the 60s, right? Still had the Berlin Wall and all that good stuff. What does anarchy say? Oh my gosh. We're going to look up what anarchy meant in the 60s. Because you know how some of these words, their definition kind of changes a little bit with time? We're going to look up anarchy. Okay. Today we're going to look up anarchy. A-N. Let's go to A-N where A-Ds keep going a little bit further. And then the A-Ms. Oh, there we are. A-N. So next we go for the next letter, anarchy. So A-N-A, that's on there, right? Okay. Archy. Let's keep going here. It's got to be here somewhere. Anarchy. It's on this page. Da 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 da. Jeez, there's some... Getting there. Da, 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 da. It takes a second, you know? I'm on the right page. There's anarch, anarchist, anarchy. Lack of ruler or government. without chief or ruler, the complete absence of government and law, political disorder and violence, lawlessness, disorder in any sphere of activity. Any sphere of activity of disorder is considered anarchy. Synonyms would be lawlessness, disorder, tumult, rebellion, riot, and insubordination. So there you go. There's your word for the day. Anarchy. Oh, man. It is kind of cool, though. It really is cool. I don't know. I'm fascinated by old stuff like this. Yep. And you get the random pictures of a few things that are in here. You know? Like anchovy. It actually has a picture of an anchovy. Of all the things that are in this book that you could put pictures of the words, they chose anchovy as one of them. And it's a little black and white sketch of a little fish. Oh, man. But, yeah. Little pictures to liven it up, you know. There's a picture of avocado, in case you didn't know what that was. It's from 1966. This particular one's from 1966. My brother's pretty smart. He's way smarter than I am. Real words. No, it's not an urban dictionary, as you can look up slang and stuff today. It's an actual dictionary with actual words. And then comedians can't even use that phrase, like, if you look up this word, you'll see my picture beside it. Yeah, people today are looking like, what is he talking about? What doesn't make any sense? He's the definition of so-and-so. You'll find his picture in the dictionary. And you really can't use that today because nobody uses that anymore. Hey, Trey. How's it going? Thanks for joining us, man. It's been a while. What have you been up to? We've been talking about all kinds of stuff this morning. They have a smell. Yeah, the old books. I came across a really old Bible from like 1880 something or something like that. It was leather bound. It had seen some use, but it had some family tree stuff with a nice cursive writing inscribed inside it. And I sold it on eBay. I got like $200 for it. I needed the money at the time, so I sold it. But it was a really cool Bible, about that thick, maybe about 6 inches tall or something like that, and about maybe 3 inches thick. Actual leather bound Bible. I sold it almost $200 or something like that. But it was really cool. Some of the pages had the script in there. Some of the pages got wet. It was aged, but the guy wanted to collect it anyway. It was a really cool book. I can't remember how I came across that. Somehow I came in possession of it. I think I traded somebody something for it. I don't remember. Anyway. But, yeah. No pronouns? My pronouns are dude and bro. I thought about doing a skit on that too, talking about pronouns, making fun of that. And then, people call me Mister. I guess that's my pronoun, Mister. I do Mister a lot. To a show, it was Elvis show. Wow. Attack in a helicopter. That's your pronouns. Attack helicopter. Oh, that's cool. Wesley found stuff in a book. Some people, older people, used to hide money in books. When people actually had libraries in their house with like shelves full of books, they would hide cash in different books to kind of stash it away. So if you got some great grandparents or something like that, and they've got a bunch of books in their house, and they pass away, I would suggest thumbing through those books before you give them to Goodwill or donate them to a library. You might get a payout. or somebody's would have a book that's hollowed out and have something inside the hollowed out book that looks like the rest of the books, that type of thing. But I have like 4 books to my name. 3 of them are behind my head, and one's on this table. So it's not like I have a bunch of stuff. Um, you have adjectives. You don't have pronouns. You don't have pronouns. You have adjectives. What are your adjectives, Trey? It's not like jerk or anything like that, is it? Excuse me. Yeah, the pronoun thing is kind of extreme. I don't know. There's a store here in town, REI. It is a store for hiking and camping and, extreme, not extreme sports, but like outdoorsy type stuff. Way overpriced stuff. All this gear you can get for hiking and bicycling and camping and stuff. And when you buy stuff there, they do not give you a bag to put your stuff in. Not paper bag, not a plastic bag, nothing. You just have to like keep it all in your arms and struggle to get out the door if you're not planned ahead and brought your own reusable bag in there. That's one thing, which I find kind of annoying. And then all the employees that work there have their name badge, and then they have another badge that specifies their pronouns too. You know what? You can have all the pronouns you want. That's fine. But how's that going to help me pick out a sleeping bag at a camping store? I don't know why that's relevant. If your name's Susie or Billy or whatever your name, I'm just going to call you whatever your name is. I don't care if you're a he, she, they, them, and if you have a rainbow flag or not. I don't know. That's my hang up. Why do they have to like specify that at a place of business? It doesn't help me choose hiking boots, a sleeping bag, or a tent. I don't know. Maybe I'm being just narrow-minded, but that's just the way I feel about it. It doesn't pertain to the job, But you got vinyl corners on your house, got broke in the wind, where can you get it replaced? You can go to Lowe's and buy vinyl siding and re-side your whole house for pennies on the dollar if you do it yourself. I watched a couple videos. It's super easy. The hardest part is getting your bottom runner around the house to start your first piece of vinyl siding. But after that, they snap together and you have to tack it in and you're done. And it's plastic. You just take scissors and cut it to what you need and just fit it and run with it. It's super easy. I wouldn't buy them on Amazon, the corners, because you could just go to your local hardware store like Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, something like that and get it. Otherwise, you're going to have them shipped in this giant box at your house, which you can do if you want. I mean, it's totally fine. Do it however you want. But you can get the stuff at a local home improvement store and replace the pieces. It's not that hard. You just need some basic tools and a little patience to pop the pieces apart and put in the new one or something like that. So, and you can get them all kinds of colors and patterns and stuff like that. The house I'm in now has a couple pieces of vinyl that's broken, and that's why I started looking up the videos on how to do it. I imagine in a couple of years, if I wanted to, I could personally redo all the vinyl siding on this house myself within a few days. In the spring or summer when it's warm outside, it wouldn't be that hard. You just need a hammer and some snips. You hammer to nail in the tacks that hold the vinyl siding, and you need some kind of snips to cut the shapes out, to cut the links and stuff like that. It's not really that hard. It really isn't. Oh, you got all kinds of different sizes on Amazon. Oh, that makes sense. Hey, if you just kind of do a little patch job, I get what you're saying now. I get it. Level 2 sells any size. You can find anything on Amazon. You probably could find a kidney on there if you needed to. Come with some dry ice and be like, okay, I got this kidney, doc. I bought it off Amazon. It says it's new. It came prime. I can send it back. But yeah, you can do it yourself. A lot of this stuff you can do yourself. Unless you just got disposable income and you want somebody else to do it. But a lot of the stuff you can just do yourself. I'm going to do a few improvements over time to this place. I've got a bunch of wall outlets that I want to change out. These are the original wall outlets from when the house was built in 1990. I like to get some new ones in there, a couple with the USB ports built in so I can charge things and things like that. Super easy to change out. Just take some time. Change out some of the light fixtures. If you're persistent, just take the time. You can do it all yourself. It's really not that hard. Make some more DIY videos. I will. I'm going to make some more DIY videos soon. I kind of got away from that because I was going through a transition. But yeah, I got to get the rest of my tools and things like that brought to my new place. And then I'll be able to start doing more home improvement DIY videos. But I'm not going to be doing every weekend all the time. It's just going to be every once in a while. I'll do a few little things, and then I'm just going to stretch it out, and I may not get this stuff done for a couple of years. So, but anyway, I am going to cut off at 2 hours. We've been on the live stream for 2 hours, guys, on a Sunday morning. I got some other things I want to do today. It's really nice outside. I just kind of want to chill and do a few things around the house. So, thank you guys for joining me on episode 101 here on a Sunday morning. I forgot the day of the month. It's January 26, 2025. Like, subscribe, check out the other videos, share these videos with your friends and family. I really appreciate the support. None of this would be possible without all of you, my viewers, that constantly check in with me via email and comments and stuff. You guys are great. And you guys are what really make this fun. And I'm really thankful. You guys are really awesome. I love doing this stuff, and I want to keep going. I got some other stuff coming up I'm going to do, some other little videos, the music stuff. I've got a lot of ideas, but it's just taking the time to do them. They're going to be coming up soon. But again, I digress. You guys have a great day. Thanks for stopping in. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll have another episode of Coffee with Malcolm. And eventually I'm going to get that map where we can put pins of people from around the world that visit us. So yeah, and I may change up the setup. I got a couple other ideas. I want to modify this room to accommodate my little morning show better. So, but anyway, anywho, you guys are great. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. I got to spin this phone around so I can hit the stop button. Dun, 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 dun. Bye, guys.